Welcome to Seaworld San Antonio's Inside Look. This event is one that a lot of people don't know about, so I'm going to give you a small tour and tell you some great things to know when you come to this very special event. Before I do that, I'm going to kind of let this guy tell you a little bit about it first, and then I will start to show you everything that this event has to offer.
Oh, it's a wonderful event. It's free for everybody, and you get to go behind the scenes and check out the animals. Really cool. So a little bit more, it gives the opportunity to learn more about the animals and what you can do to help them in the wild. You can say you want to go to Orca, Shamu. You can see this sign right here. You get to literally go behind the scenes. See where Orca Stadium's right over here. So you keep going this way towards the back, and you get to see them a little more closer than what you do in class.
So if you heard everything that he was saying, basically the main things that I want to touch on that he said is that this is free. It's absolutely free. And not only is it free, you get to see other things than just behind the scenes with the orcas. You get to see the animals that Seaworld has rescued that they actually have on their property. And it's actually pretty cool. So I'm going to kind of let you see a couple of things with this before I show you everything else. So this is what we would consider the ambassador program. This normally you would have to pay for if you're not at Inside Look. This is another tour that SeaWorld offers, and again, you do have to pay for it, and it's not cheap. Right here, you do get to see all of this for free. No, unfortunately, you don't get to see all of the animals, but you do get to experience some of them. During this time as well, you also get to touch the animals. No, you don't get to touch all of them, but you can touch some of them. It's really amazing just hearing their backstories about each animal. They do go into how they got there and how they got rescued and why they're there and what they're doing to take care of them, and if they are or aren't able to be released. Now, also, the best part about these things is that you get to ask any question you want. They will answer your question no matter what, which I love, and they will answer any question you have. So it's definitely something that I know I didn't really know about SeaWorld. I had no clue that they had so many different animals, and it is really breathtaking to see them. I mean, this is a wallaby. Like, who actually knew that a wallaby would be at SeaWorld?
So the day that she gets is a blessing.
And it's been such an honor to care for her and learn more about her as a species. She's gotten to meet so many people. Years old, no, that's hilarious. She's a Bennett's wallaby.
Oh, she's so soft.
And one of my favorite parts about Nura are her eyelashes. They're super
They
long
are
and pretty.
so pretty.
So it helps to get rid of any sand and dirt that might be in her environment.
So continuing on with this, I do just kind of want to show you some more of the animals and let you know that the animals do change from day to day, as well as during different times throughout the day that they have listed. As you can see, this is Weston. He is now holding this beautiful bird, and before he was with the wallaby. So it does change from day to day. It does change from hour to hour that they have it going on. And like I said, it's a great little just sneak peek into the ambassador program that you would normally have to pay for. Instead, now they are actually offering it to you for free. And yes, I do say for free. I know that you still have to pay for the ticket, but it's way better than paying for the ticket and also paying extra for the ambassador program. Now I'm going to get into the major things to know whenever they have this event. I will show you some more behind the scenes with the animals and show you exactly what goes on. First thing with this though, I really just want to give you a good perspective of everything that's happening and things that I didn't know that I wish that somebody would have told me. So the hours, let's start with those. The hours are shorter. It's not a full day at SeaWorld like it normally is. Your hours are only from 10:30 to 5 p.m. With saying that, some of your restaurants are closed, some of the rides are not going, and also some of the stores are closed. Again, this is not really a day to experience the full park. It's mainly just the day for you to go and see the animals. This is what this is really all about, and that's why this is happening, so that you can actually experience the things that you don't normally get to. Also, with saying all of that, I absolutely love these days. I don't like the fact that they're shorter. I wish that they were longer, but I love that this park is just completely free of the crowds. I mean, this is at 1 o'clock and I'm walking around and there's literally nobody. It does get a little bit more busier, I guess, maybe around 3 or 4. But again, by that time, you're basically knowing everything that you're doing. And I mean, then it's time to go home. So again, your crowds are still not as bad as they normally are on a regular day, which is great. If you even just want to go walk around this park on these days, it's so beautiful and it's just a wonderful experience altogether. They do still have the regular shows going on. They do not have a lot of them. It's probably about only 1 or 2. And other than that, again, this is basically to go behind the scenes. So right now I'm walking to the back of the Orca Stadium, where they normally do have Dine with Orcas in this section, but because of Inside Look, they have moved out all of the tables. And so that area is completely open and you're about to see it and understand exactly what's going on here. And now we have magically found where everybody's at. So my advice to you with this is, if you want a really good spot and you're kind of on a time crunch, you want to be there at least 20 to 30 minutes early if you want a good spot. If you don't really care and you kind of just want to stand in the back and watch everything, then it really doesn't matter what time you get there. The crowds do eventually clear out if you want to stay in one area for a while. This one started at 1:15, so I got there at about like 20 minutes beforehand. When I got there, there was only maybe like 10 of us standing here. When it came closer to 1:15, I looked up and there was a huge line around the corner. So like I said, again, a lot of people don't know that you need to be there early, which is why I really am making this video. You want to get there early if you want a good spot and you want to see them up close. Otherwise, it does get really crowded and you are kind of stuck in the back. Now, the good news with that is that eventually the crowds do start to clear out. So then by that point, you will have a little bit more room to see everything, and they do keep the show going for a while. Right now, they did just let us in, but I am going to give you an idea of what it's like when it's crowded and when you show up late. So as you can see, this is what happens whenever you come a little bit later. I got here about 10 minutes late and this is what it looks like. If you have a good sized family, I would definitely recommend being there earlier because it's only me at this point, so it's easy for me to just kind of squeeze in and find a spot. But if you have a good sized family and you want them to see everything, you definitely want to be up close for what's next. But right now, I am going to show you a little bit of the behind the scenes. I am going to make a full video of it if you want to go watch that. Right now, I just kind of want to give you the basic idea of how this works and what they do and everything that is happening in these moments.
how these fish work.
Beware! 24/7 splash zone back here.
All right, folks, we are ready to start the presentation portion of Inside Look. We are beginning one of the sessions here. Once again, we wanted to thank all of you for being here for this rare opportunity to see behind the scenes, and we really want to share all the incredible research that we participate in that helps us to care for these killer whales, but also helps us helps in the conservation of endangered killer whales.
So at this point, what you're seeing right now is the presentation. They do a small presentation, maybe about every like 10-15 minutes. And in between that time, you can talk to the trainers or you can just watch the orcas. They are basically just swimming around doing their own thing. The trainers aren't really doing anything with them unless they're doing small things like this or they're feeding them. They do have a small training session that they do show you, and within that time, again, it's just really awesome to just see them doing their own thing and swimming around. And the trainers are very knowledgeable. You can ask them anything you would like, and they are there to answer any questions that you have. Another thing with this that again is really fun, the whales are swimming around on their own and they will come up and splash you a lot. I had no clue about this. I got soaked even more than what I do during the show. Speaking of the show, during the presentation, the information that they're giving you, it is not the same thing that they give you during Orca Encounter, which is the main show where the whales are jumping around and doing all of their unique moves. They are actually giving you different information that you haven't heard before. So it's really interesting to hear about all of the great things that they have to say about their program and the rescue program and the way that they test the whales and train the whales, and they do go over quite a bit, and you will definitely have some questions, and they again will answer whatever questions you have. All right, so we have arrived at the Beluga Stadium. Things are a little bit different here than they are with the orcas. We're not really going to the back because honestly the back is a lot smaller than the Orca Stadium is. So they do keep you in the front in the stands, but you are able to be with the animals up close and you are able to talk to the trainers, and they are giving presentations and doing different things with the animals. This is probably only about 30 minutes. Again, they're really just showing you things with the animals that they really never do, and you're also getting to ask a ton of questions to the trainers that you really don't get to do when the shows are actually taking place. Another thing with the belugas Inside Look, they are not just swimming around doing their own thing. The dolphins are, but the belugas aren't. They have to have the trainers there, and also they are getting you wet on command. They are not just doing it on their own like the orcas are. But yes, it is a lot of fun, and they do tell you some very interesting and fun facts about the belugas and the white-sided dolphins. When it comes to the dolphins and the sea lions, they are talking to you about, again, just facts. The trainers are there for you to ask them a bunch of questions. The seals are basically always doing their own thing, as well as the dolphins, but you definitely get some great new information that you never really get before. And again, ask as many questions as you can to these trainers. This is another huge reason why I made this video. I want everyone to know exactly what Inside Look is, and that you actually have the opportunity to go to Seaworld and take the time to talk to the trainers and ask them questions. There's no such thing as a bad question to them. They've heard a lot, they've heard it all, and they will answer you honestly. Other than that, I have posted out the schedule just to kind of show you how the day goes with Inside Look. Like I said, it's very different. There's no Sesame Street parade. There is not a lot of other things really going on. This is mainly about talking to the trainers, asking questions, and seeing the animals in a different light, and seeing other animals that you didn't even really know were at SeaWorld. So it is a really great opportunity for you and your family to just experience SeaWorld in a different way. So I hope that you have the chance or opportunity to do this on one of the days. The way that you can find out if they are doing Inside Look, you can go onto the website, go look up the schedule and hours of each day of every month, and it will show you. And it's mainly, like I said, after major events. So I know that there was one right after Hollow Scream, there was one right after Christmas, and I know that there's a few more somewhere in the schedule. Just to go over some few last things that I didn't really get to, the Dine All Day Pass and the Quick Queue. These are things that you are not going to need while you are here this day. Again, this park is not fully packed. The lines are very, very short, and for your dining experience, honestly, you know, if you're showing up in the morning, you're really not going to want to eat till the afternoon. That'll be your one meal, and then, I mean, you're out of here before dinner. So again, just please keep that in mind, just to save you some money on that. Also, the rides, they do not have every single one going. I don't know if it was like this after Hollow Scream, but I do know that this is how it was after Christmas. It could be different, I'm not sure. Again, but your rides, your restaurants, and not all of your stores are available to you like they normally are. Just a few last other little tips. Please remember that ice and water is free. You can bring in a water bottle and you can get free ice and water. Please try to plan your day. It just helps so much. Go onto the website, look at the schedule, see the times of everything, so you know exactly when you want to be there. You really don't have to get here in the morning if it doesn't apply to you. The Orca stuff really doesn't even start until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I mean, that's cutting off half a day right there. But again, if you really want to go there for the rides, definitely you want to be there early, just so that you can get a full day of that if that's really what you're looking for. Please, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask me in the comments. I will be happy to answer them for you. Other than that, this is it. I am so thrilled that I was able to make this video for you. I really wish that I had something about Inside Look like this whenever I was going to SeaWorld. Finding this out for myself was just a huge surprise, but I'm really glad that I was actually able to tell you some tips and give you a small little tour of what Inside Look is at SeaWorld San Antonio. As always, like and subscribe, do what you gotta do. Thank you all for watching, and take care.